So welcome back to Hoagie's Garage. As you can see, kind of got a little bit of a mess still going on, stuff everywhere, projects everywhere. Today for the Impala, gonna do a little bit of say prep work for the engine swap. My plans are to, and might not get to all this, pull the drive shaft, drain some fluids, and see what else I have time for. It's one of those things with a project like this, you know, it's, as you all know, who, you know, you have project cars, you have things going on, family stuff usually comes first unless you have a, you know, one of those families where they don't care if you're around type thing. But obviously I like spending time with my family, so you know, this is like something I get to when I have spare time, but have a little bit today. So just sort of getting organized here before I get started, so kind of follow along with me as I do some different stuff here today. The Optima that's in the car, like I said before, it's gosh, coming up on 8 years old or something. So the Optima charger here, which I kind of discuss in another story on YouTube, kind of freaked out on the battery, made it fizz, and just said it was unable to charge it. But I still keep randomly using it just to sort of keep power in it. So if I want to do something like, you know, start it real quick, I don't know, do something on the interior or whatever. But kind of getting to the point now where the battery is going to be sort of pointless. So I think I'm just going to put this all away and stash it for now. This charger is really clever how it stores, and you can stash all the cords, and it's kind of very lightweight, but my goodness, it's expensive. I totally forget the cost on, like $200 and some for it. Very clever readout and everything, but yeah, I mean, kind of overkill. It even has on the side here, I'll show you, a USB port to charge your phone, of all things. So I don't know, it's cool though. They sent it out our way to demo out, and big fan of them, Optima that is. Probably going to get another Optima for the Impala here. Yeah, so that's the battery status on the vehicle, but done with this for now. Before I climb underneath, you know, I haven't fully messed with this to the point where it's, you know, I'm out of answers. I have some other ideas to try, but had some good responses on the throttle body on my last post. So just curious, this emblem right here, I'm gonna be taking off because to me it's just too much. What I have in place is this guy, which, yeah, obviously it's not gonna go on like that, but it's something I want to paint black and just sort of clean up the back end so it's something still there. I'm just curious, what have people done to remove this thing? I know there's like a nut system or bolts type thing in the back, and then it's a, you know, a lot of 3M adhesive. Any tips, anything you can offer, that'd be great. The other thing I want to do is I want to remove the Impala SS down the side, and I kind of want to put just new ones on, that's all, because these ones are, you know, from 1996, and they've seen quite a few car washes. They don't look bad, but it's one of those things I'm looking at and I'm thinking maybe now is the time to do it while you can still get them before they're obsolete or something. So that I'm not too worried about. I think that'll come off fairly easy with a little bit of hairdryer heat, and then, you know, just peel it off. But if you've done either one of those, let me know what you recommend, tips, anything like that. Just curious. All right, drive shaft transmission time, here we go. All right, so underneath the car here, here's kind of our target at the moment. That is a I believe General Motors, the GM deep trans pan on there. Holds some extra cordage, that whole thing. The one reason I want to drain this guy, well, I mean, obviously because the trans is going to come out one way or another. I can't really tell you right now if it's going to come out through the front or just kind of be pulled down from, you know, this end of it and then do the motor. I don't know if you have an opinion on that way in, if you think it's smart to pull the engine and the trans out altogether or what. Sorry, I'm shaking here. The other reason I want to drain it too is because when I pull the drive shaft, my dad was telling me that up here, this back seal, if I can get you that there, sorry. This back seal up here, which it's a slip fitting on the trans back there. He basically told me he parked at on an angle one day and it was, you know, kind of dripping out the back. So that seal is, as you can see, there's some drippage there too, is leaking. Basically, I don't want to pull the drive shaft and have this come pouring out while, you know, it's just sitting here. So either way, draining the trans, the pan at least, you know, that end of it, then we'll get to the drive shaft here. This pan, as you can see, does have some pretty good dings in it. Being lowered, it's definitely taken some hits, but nevertheless, it's done a pretty decent job, I think. Bolt on the bottom's a 14 millimeter. And I've already pre-loosened it. If I can line up my pan here. In case you're wondering, just, I guess we'll call it good practice, I put the bolt back up in there, the drain plug, because I don't want to lose it. And I'm assuming I'm going to have quite a few bolts undone here when this is all said and done. The pan I drained it into, this is one of those huge, holds like 30 liters or something. I got it from Griot's Garage. Costs way too much for just being a big plastic container, but does a pretty good job. Alright, moving on to the drive shaft here. If you're curious, this is if I can get some light back here. It's a standard Borla catback, bolted to factory cats there. You know, pretty much the Borla forward is going to be changed out to those long tube style headers and high flow cats. So this will be another video for another day, pulling that stuff out. Thing I am noticing is a little bit of a Diff fluid leakage here, and that's interesting because I just changed the cover. These covers are interesting because they do allow more fluid to be held, but then when you sort of raise that level in there, I feel like it comes out this front seal a little bit more than it should, like because it's too high almost on it or something. I'm gonna wipe this off and just sort of play it by ear here and see what happens. So this is the longer aluminum drive shaft from Inland Empire. It was put on because of these extended trailing arms, which, if you don't know, look it up I guess, but it does center the rear wheels a little better. With that being said though, this comes off, it's a 11 millimeter, and it's just your standard strap and bolt kit up there, so let's get this going. So 4 bolts, 2 straps. It is removed now as far as the bolts go. Now we gotta jimmy this guy out of here. Pretty long drive shaft obviously for a pretty sizable vehicle, so let's get this out of here and move on. Alright, so drive shaft is out, as you can see. Surprisingly very light for being, I mean obviously it's aluminum. I have to check the mileage. My dad was telling me this, you know, wasn't put on too long ago, but it's kind of one of those things, while it's out, I'll probably have the universals changed. They don't seem bad though or anything. The other thing that while it's out, there's a local guy. He's, I mean, old, like to the point where you know, you wonder how long he'll be around, but he does like balancing and that sort of stuff on these. So I think I'm going to take it to him, just have him do a full-on like overhaul of it and see if it's out of balance, out of whack, anything. I don't know of any issues. My dad said there's been no problems, but just figure while it's out, like you can see there's already a weight on it and stuff, but a couple weights. But yeah, that's it. I don't think aluminum's the choice you want if you're obviously, you know, quarter mile in the car, or, you know, putting serious power with lots of torque through it, which this new engine will have, but I think we'll be all right with this. So drive shaft out, that's going to be taken somewhere to get done. Yeah. It's kind of interesting just looking at this drive shaft more closely. I'm going to kind of see if I can get you to see that. I'm guessing there should be a tooth there. I could be wrong. You can kind of see right there. It looks to be one's missing. I don't know. Maybe it was came like that. I'll have to look into this. Maybe give these guys a call who made this. Kind of interesting. Had a little bit of extra time here to sort of mess around. So I said in the last video, I felt like the factory side markers don't work well with the Focus Tech headlights. They just look sort of like a little bit out of place. So I got these guys for my birthday here. They are by Depot. Smoked headlights. Go in pretty much exactly the same way as the factory. That gold looking tab fits into that little slot right there. Excuse my lighting. Lights obviously go where the white paper is, and then the other thing they give you here is they give you some orange bulbs there, because you're losing that orange color on the side there, that amber turn signal. So basically you're going to replace this bulb with the orange one and then reinstall. So let me get this in here and I'll show you what it looks like. And of course the Depot bulb is not the right size, too big, but I'll remedy that with going to the auto parts store to buy this bulb in an orange and basically not using these ones. But I'm still going to put it in because I want to see what it looks like here. Alright, so that's in. Had the bulb issue. Going to get that sorted, but definitely fixes it. I really think a straight clear, you know, with like that. I've seen some that look like that, like the headlights do, but I'm not too picky with this in all honesty. I think that it's horrible lighting. I got these big, huge floodlights shining on it, but under normal conditions, I think it looks so much better than the stalker. Not too shabby, other than the BS with the light bulbs there. Alright, so not sure if you can hear. My garage is below my house, as in all the bedrooms are above here. So if you accidentally run the car too long, you'll asphyxiate everybody in the house. Nevertheless, though, if you hear that, that's my daughter running around. My time's pretty much up for the day. But overall, drained the trans, drive shaft off, drive shaft's going to get worked on, did the side markers, got to get bulbs for that. Not too bad for an hour or so work. I wanted to sort of put put this out there. My next video, or one of the next ones, I'm going to do somewhat of a question and answer, and I already got a couple guys asking questions as far as, you know, the lift goes, what the car's on, some suspension questions, things like that. And you know, like I said before, I'm not the guru on these cars. I mean, I'm slowly learning more. I've known this particular car since new, but you know, I know there's a lot of people out there to ask questions of. But if you have specific questions on, we'll say, this car, what's done to it, what I'm doing, the build, anything like that, ask me however you want to. Comment on the videos, Facebook, Twitter, things like that, and we'll sort of do a Q&A the next video. The one thing that I also wanted to throw out there is talk to one guy, forget his name already, but you know, featuring some of your cars on the site. If you have an Impala you'd like to put on kind of like my blog, run on this, let me know. We can put some pictures, you know, talk about your car. If you know you're on a try to be a writer for a day, totally cool. If you have a video you want to share, send it my way and we'll put it on here, because I think it's kind of cool. Just I don't want to say reviving this car, because the following is still there, but just sort of doing a current build on one, to me, is, I don't want to say kind of unique, but just, you know, something different as to what's going on nowadays. So thanks for watching. Next update will be soon, but this is the latest. Today is March 5th, something around here. So stay tuned for more. There's a lot coming, so appreciate it. Have a good one.